these men will use women because they look at them as an extension of their mother. They want someone to take care of them in ways that maybe their mother did. And what they do then is they will borrow your car. They won't refill the gas. They will always ask you for money. They will ask you to pay for their trips. They will ask you to pay for their expenses. They will cheat on you. They will gaslight you. They probably don't have a job. They spend a lot of time playing video games. They'll live inside your home. Oh my God, Terraine, I gave more than one. But these are men that take advantage of women. These are the men that many women will say are toxic in nature, toxic masculinity, because they don't view women as people to be respected. They view them as a bank machine, ATM machine, a cash cow. They will exploit a woman's natural instinct to try to fix a situation, to try to nurture, to be empathetic. They will surround themselves with women who are struggling in their romantic relationships, and they will say certain things that will keep them around just so they can continue to do what? Extract energy, time, and resources. God forbid that one of these women end up in a relationship. These men will poke fun at the relationship because they don't have any romantic interests in the women that they keep around. Because the women that they keep around them, they will never date them because in their mind, they're not worthy of dating someone that doesn't want to progress in life. They will surround themselves with a type of woman that will give them what they want, which is what? Money, time, energy, resources. And that's why men who can't regulate their emotions or their feminine energy are so destructive because they don't only impact themselves, they impact everyone around them, especially women. They're quite different than an overly masculine woman. See, an overly masculine woman, what she will do is she will take a step back. She'll disconnect from people, which only impacts her until she's ready to reconnect with others. An overly feminine and emotional man won't ever do that. They won't ever disconnect. They will try to gather as many people around them that they could take advantage of because they're fully aware of what they're lacking in their life, but they don't have the means to correct it, or they don't have the will or the skill to do so. So what do? They find people that are going to fit into their lives like puzzles. And unfortunately, for a lot of women who get caught up in this, what happens after they leave these situations is that they become very distrusting of men because this is someone that they considered a friend that has used and abused them. So now, if your friend is willing to do that to you, what do you think someone who you're romantically involved in would do? And unfortunately, for a lot of women who get caught up in these situations, the main reason why they stay is not because they're trying to fix the man, is because they found a friendship among the women who are trying to fix that man. So that man is a center point, but the women have developed a friendship amongst each other. So now their efforts are combined. Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm doing that. And they all come together. They develop a friendship, which is unique to the female peer group. But they don't realize that what they're doing is preventing them from connecting with anyone else. They can't see the chaos and the drama within the circle because they don't ever take a moment to step out of it and look at it and evaluate it and analyze it. So, what they've done is they've not only isolated themselves, but they allow themselves to be isolated. And one of the worst things that can happen is that a man steps in and tries to take one of them out of it. And you know what happens? The other women start to shame her. start to disregard what she's doing. They don't acknowledge it, they don't praise it, because they're truly not happy for her because she's no longer one of them. And the emotional man, he continues to win because you know what? Instead of five around, he has four. So the four now have to ramp up the healing, ramp up the fixing, ramp up the money that's being given because one person has left. So now they have to compensate. And now they overcompensate. And that emotional man, he's loving every minute of it because what does he do next? He will create a type of drama in his life to pull other people in, to keep them closer. And then he'll expand the group because four is not enough anymore. Has to be six, has to be eight. And this is the type of person that always has something going wrong with them. It'll be their health, which they won't ever fix. It'll be their relationships, which they won't ever repair. It'll be their personality, which they won't ever acknowledge. They use the drama and the chaos to keep to keep these women close because the minute he is deemed fixed, they will move on and he can't have them moving on. So he has to always find a reason to keep them around. And one of the ways that he does that is he creates drama. Because if he was around men or a peer group that majority was men, they would call it out right away. Hey, what are you doing, Johnny? Get off of your butt. Stop playing video games. Let's go get a job. He wouldn't be able to sit on his friend's sofa or sleep on his friend's sofa without any job prospects. But once he traps these women who are innocent in nature, naive in a lot of cases, all they want to do is their natural instinct of fixing someone, he takes advantage of that. And one of the most devastating things that ever happens to a woman in that situation is when they realize it. Because when they realize it, they begin to lash out. And when they lash out, everyone gets it. And because they've been around these fixers and this toxic, immature, overly emotional, can't get it together man, she's pushed everyone away. And then what do you think happens then? She starts to look at herself in the mirror and she realizes that maybe she isn't good enough for those who have healthy relationships, or maybe she thinks she isn't worthy of good relationships. So she slowly crawls back to that peer group that she knows she shouldn't go back to, but it's all that she knows. And that's why so many women who leave this group because they found someone else, as soon as that relationship ends, which usually ends because of an element that that woman discovered while she was trying to fix this man, and we can't even really call him a man, she ends up going back to the group. There's a group who was suffering from this, and two of them end up in a relationship, and the relationship didn't even last 6 months. When they're in that relationship, they are so happy. The person took them out of that group. They're showing them things in the world that they've never seen before. As soon as that relationship ended, within a couple of weeks, they're back in that peer group. Like nothing. It was like those two relationships. It was like those two people didn't even have those relationships. They didn't even skip a beat. They went back to doing the same toxic things. They went back to giving out their money, giving out their time, giving out their energy, giving out their resources. Because it's like a drug. It's like an addiction. I get it. They want to fix. They want to heal. They want to soothe. And they don't realize that this person is taking advantage of them. Because if they don't try to fix this person, they have nothing. Because they look at healthy relationships and they think they're not worthy. Because this other person has conditioned them to think that they're not worthy.